Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Avalanche's price chart and see what is happening in the short term. But before we get into that, real quick, we are going to talk about some very important metrics. Now, in case you're not really active on Twitter, well, why should you be? Honestly, it's kind of toxic, but every now and then there are some decent posts, and this, in my view, is definitely one of them because this tweet does show that in AVAX, fundamental wise, we are absolutely on the right track, but price wise, at least in the short term, maybe not. And I'm going to tell you what am I going to do with this data. First things first, according to this tweet, Avalanche's C-Chain just recently hit its highest weekly transaction count this year with about 16 transactions in just only 1 week, which is roughly, I think, around $2.5 million per day. And that level of activity, in my view, directly pushes back against the old ghost chain narrative and the things that I see a lot of people arguing, indicating that maybe AVAX is like that since the price of the token itself is actually going down and down and down recently. Now, if you look at the middle of the year according to this chart, you will notice that weekly transactions were actually like much lower, around let's say like a couple of millions. Now, jumping from that range to almost 16 million transactions, in my view, definitely shows a clear acceleration in real usage, not necessarily supporting the ghost chain narrative again. Also, this, in my view, actually matters a little bit because on Avalanche, transaction fees, again, you know what, they are burnt, and more transactions generally mean more AVAX removed from the supply. And I don't really think that this is going to have like a meaningful impact on the live chart. But again, I would generally view this as also a positive sign. And what makes this more interesting is actually the timing, because if you go back and check out the previous videos that we talked about Avalanche, you will notice that we also recently saw a big increase in builder activity in the last couple of months, and this spike in transactions, I think it does actually look like the result of those applications actually being used. So, in conclusion, of course, this by any means does not guarantee price movement in very short term, but I do think in the mid to long term, having a strong fundamental actually matters quite a lot. And basically, since we are going down and down and down recently, I'm just looking for some signs in terms of fundamentals suggesting that the chain is live. Why is this important to me? Because if I want to justify doing some DCA dollar cost averaging and buying the dips one by one, then okay, I have to believe in the fundamental of the projects that I'm buying. That's why as we go lower in AVAX, I'm just going to show more and more data suggesting that fundamental wise, do not get it twisted, we are absolutely on the right track. However, price wise, you know what, absolutely fair enough, we are not looking good. But I do think this divergence is actually going to fix itself over a long period of time. That's why around the lows, again, I am just a big buyer. Now, in terms of what might be the next likely move in the very short term, if you remember the last time that we talked about Avalanche, we were right around these areas, and the idea was that, well, okay, odds are in AVAX, this is going to be a correction structure, and if we manage to successfully, get back above the higher band of this important region, which is about $19, okay, fair enough. I guess that can be an awesome sign indicating the bottom is set. But we said, as long as we are not doing something like that, let's just be a little bit patient and also maybe expect some more downward price action. So if it happens, we're going to take advantage of it. And let's just not even say we are going to take advantage of it. Personally, I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity. You can do whatever you want with your money. You are fully in charge of your own investments. Now, in the short term, I think we may end up having one more move on the downside, but if not, and if I am wrong, then okay, may I suggest all eyes should be on this important line right in here on the upside. Why do we care about this? Because if we manage to go up in here and maybe do a slow and choppy pullback followed by yet another move on the upside, at that point, I do think that this beautiful head and shoulder is going to get confirmed in Avalanche, indicating, you know what, maybe the trend has changed. Personally, I don't really believe that I'm that lucky. I think we are going to get another move on the downside. And you know what? Actually, even that is going to be more lucky for me because again, I'm just prepared to buy the dip one by one and get my average purchase as low as possible. Now, in terms of indicators, I think we also talked about, yep, absolutely, we talked about this subject in the previous video as well. See, on the live chart, we are having a low in here, the other one is a lower low. But in MACD, what do you have? This is a low, the other one is a higher low. So essentially, yes, this can be a bullish divergence indicating maybe this downtrend in Avalanche has come to an end. But for two reasons, I'm just going to be a little bit patient at the moment. Number one, again, we talked about it. As long as we are under this level, I think things do look maybe a little bit risky. And number two, Elliot's wave wise, I think we're not necessarily looking optimistic. And right around these areas, I also do not really see a whole lot of strong supports until this one right in here between, let's say, $10 to about $11. So I'm going to argue maybe in Avalanche this move down is going to continue. And if you want like a full confirmation, okay, just be a bit patient and see. Are we going to maybe soon even get a break of this divergence line? Why is this important? Because if we manage to break this line, okay, at that point, number one, the bullish divergence itself is going to get invalidated. And number two, as a result of the break of the divergence line, we are going to most likely witness some great moves on the downside. Again, in order to, I would say, bare minimum, get to about this important support. Right in here, I'll be honest with you, I think we are basically in no man's land, and I am really not able to justify having some extremely strong upward price action as long as I'm not seeing optimistic signs. For now, that's why I would like to be just a little bit more patient and also manage more expectations. Like, do not get me wrong. Overall, I do think that this whole phase down in Avalanche is just a correction structure. If I just go on maybe daily time frame, I do think this is 5-wave up into A, followed by a WXY in form of a flat and a zigzag into wave B, and I fully believe by the end of this cycle in AVAX, we are going to witness yet another great move on the upside into our C-leg in order to take the highs in here about, let's say, $65 bare minimum. I think we are actually going to go quite a bit higher than that, but you know what? In like very short term, maybe we're gonna have one more move down. And again, when you look at the bigger picture, you are going to fully realize that this, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, is a fantastic buying opportunity. And even if we end up going down in Avalanche and we manage to even take the lowest low down here about $8.50, since again, fundamental wise, I do think we are on the right direction. Trust me, I am going to just buy the dip more and more. I'm going to actually buy a lot of Avalanche if we end up taking the loss. Sure, this whole structure at that point is absolutely going to get invalidated. Do not get that twisted. However, one way or the other, I do think that we are going to go up anyway. I'm just going to at that point argue, you know what, maybe I was wrong, and a correction actually started in Avalanche from this point, and then the end of it might be right around these areas. Overall, I think we do have a ton of upside potential and at the same time, very much limited downside. So again, this in my view is a great opportunity. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in AVAX. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.